You ready, Alberto?
All right, Jay, I'm here.
All right.
We had here.
So
The assets was under activity team, right? So
we can do the responsibility organizing later
yeah.
if we want to. But you just need to create a spreadsheet and like make sure the notes get indexed. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I feel like first I want to mention how the simple investment model should be very simple and easy to understand, but the goal is also to get it done fast.
Yeah.
So today it's going to go pretty slow, but once we understand it, it should go faster and faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the way to calculate the stocks, the crypto,
Mm-hmm.
basically, update. Well, here, let's start. Let's go everything in order. So step 0 is setup, right? So
Yeah.
for
Always.
setup, I mean, um, basically all we really need is like coin market cap.com. Maybe we use market beat, I think. Market beat. Anyways, I'll get the specific links.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to be using the volume spreadsheet. We might just want to create a new one that's really simple.
Whatever you think is best. I mean, you can also.
I'm going to link the one that I currently have and I'm using.
You find it?
Yeah, I found that. But I don't think this is good for doing the responsibly organizing, though. I think we should have a separate spreadsheet. So let's just do a separate spreadsheet. For now, let's just actually do it directly because it's so simple that we can just literally do it directly in this in this tab, right? So all we need is we basically just have the asset, have the average volume, the price of the asset currently. That'll be the current price, and then we have the basically the estimated average. I believe we're doing 30-day in billions. Okay. That's all we want. And basically what we're going to have here is we're going to have US dollars, SPY, QQQ, Tesla, Apple, Bitcoin, Amazon. And then it looks like we might have Ether and Microsoft. So we'll figure that out when we get there. And then we might do a few other ones. The other ones, just in case, are AMD, SQQQ, IWM, Meta, Google, and Netflix, and TQQQ. Anyways, there could be something else that comes up, but typically these are the ones. All right. So let me get the links. So the first link is Market Beat. So it's http://market-data/most-active-stocks. Okay, let's see if it works. So these are the most active stocks by dollar volume. So we're going to go ahead and focus on the dollar volume and click on that. It looks like the number one stock currently is Tesla. But there's one other thing we have to do. So under sectors, we want to do, under country, we want to add all exchanges. We technically can add exchanges from all the countries. The problem is that there just aren't any. All of the top volume average dollar stocks are just all in the United States. Okay, but if there were other ones in other countries, they would just automatically pop up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you can see here the first one is SPY, and then the second is Tesla. All right.
Okay.
So
SQI.
these ones are basically
more valuable than Apple.
What?
I know it's in our portfolio.
What?
No, it's more valuable than Apple stock. Yeah.
No, Tesla. This has nothing to do with value. This has everything to do with the volume.
The volume. Yeah, it's based by volume.
If the stocks can be split and all that stuff, I mean, the actual value of the stock is irrelevant, right? It's only the only thing that's that's applicable is the value of the stock in relationship to the number of shares, which would be the total market value of the actual company. Okay.
Yes.
But anyways, we're not worried about that either. We are only interested in the actual volume, in the dollar volume, because that is what determines whether it's going up or down or changing, right? Because the dollar volume makes it change. Like you could have a really, really valuable asset. If no one's buying or selling it, it's not going to change in value. It's just going to sit there, right? And most likely it's going to go down in value if nobody's buying it, because people are going to start selling. All right. So anyways, the first one here is SPY. So I like to keep it in organization here. So the average volume in this case for SPY is
for SQI
80.96 million.
Average volume.
And then the price is $415.19. And so then the estimated value would basically be the volume times the price. That's just 33 billion. And so this is a number divided by, I guess, 1,000, right? 33.61 billion. Okay, and then we double check that here. 37.66 billion is the volume for today. Or 37.66 billion is the volume for just today. But we don't care about the current volume today because we want the average volume, because we want to see how it's evolving and changing over time. We don't there could be some huge volume for one day, but it's like irrelevant, right? But then we just pop in the information for Tesla, which is going to be also.
Yeah, I can tell you
the
that.
US dollar amount and SPY is going to be the same. And Tesla is 196.81. And then we're just going to copy and paste. So that's going to be a 38.83. So it's actually higher than SPY on the average, which is unbelievable that Tesla is bigger than even SPY. Okay. So then we're doing QQQ. Hello, did I lose you? Hello. Let me make sure it's not me. Hello, Alberto? No. Interesting. Anyways, onwards retreads. All right, so shell. Make sure we're getting the dollar volume here. Okay. Better. Tesla QQ NVDA. So NVDA is 48. Hello, are you back?
I'm back, Jay. Sorry, I got disconnected again.
No worries.
Let me see if I can manage to do this. MarketBeat asked me to do the subscription to keep reading. Let me see if I can help you here.
No, there's no need to do subscription. You just have to click the button on the bottom left to get rid of that. Say no, you're not interested.
Oh my
This is
God.
all information.
All right.
This next one is
Start
I'm on Microsoft.
Try to open it again. MarketBeat.
Also, it's good to note that this can all be done automatically in Google with Google Finance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I can't remember exactly, but it's basically, you do Google Finance and then it's just like, price. So it's like Microsoft price. Name, I don't know, Microsoft, comma, or slash Microsoft, comma, US dollar. I don't remember how to do it. Anyways, we could look it up, but then you can also get the average volume.
Mm-hmm.
And it would just automatically be calculated, right? Which would be really easy. So let's look it up real quick. So Google Finance spreadsheet codes.
Yeah, you need to do equal to Google Finance, and then you just write into brackets what you need. Google Finance. Like, for example, the price. Price equals Google Finance here, and then your ticker, you say equals to this, and then you close here. No, error. Formula phrase error. Ticker. Loading. NA. No. Return no data.
I did one for it says for Google, all right? So I just did Google price. So that's the Google price.
AAPL.
Is correct. So if you change it to like the Microsoft price.
Yeah, I did it for Apple. Can do it for all of this now. Let me see if it works. But the ticker must be good. Yes.
Right. So what are you doing?
I put the here for the price. Yeah.
You're just using that's the ticker. Okay.
Yeah.
But US dollars is not going to be.
Not dollars. It's not going to be applicable, right?
It's just going to be the same as SPY. So.
Okay.
Or in this case, it's actually going to be the same as Tesla because Tesla's actually bigger than SPY, which is unheard of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But then the volume. So then you do the volume, which instead of price, you just
NFLX.
average
NFLX.
vol.
NFLX. Netflix. All right. So, and then the average volume, I think, how do you do it? Let me see.
I'm looking it up right now.
Google Finance. Ticker attribute, start date, end date, remember this interval. Okay, so this is always the ticker. Then we can do attribute. Maybe it's the attribute. Let me see what it says here.
Oh, here we go. Volume AV. Volume AVG.
In the attribute you put, right?
Yeah, so just volume AVG. So boom, 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 boom.
Volume AVG. Let me see if it worked here. NA, Apple. Function. Parameter 2 is invalid for the symbol specified. Parameter 2, volume. Try again. Google Finance. Daily price. Ticker. Book price. I mean, the average, he wants you to put a date. It doesn't give you, I mean, it should have over average, right? Date.
Well, it usually is a range, but usually it's automatically 30 days. So it says presently Google Finance makes the average for 30 days, right? The average volume in finances market is 50. The average volume used in finance market is 50 days, but Google Finance is 30 days. I mean, most people just do 30 days. All right, so
the interval, you want to do 30 days monthly?
I don't know. So it says here it's just volume average. So yeah, that's correct. It says you can do an average, but we just don't care about that. It's just way too complicated. We want everything. Remember, everything needs to be super duper 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 simple. So in this case, we're going to divide it by 1,000 or 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to divide it by 100,000. Hey,
did you manage to calculate the volume average?
Yeah, but it's for whatever reason it's much lower than the average that's given. Oh, that's for Microsoft. We want to do Google.
Maybe I got it. All right, so it's volume.
How did you? How did you add it? Oh, Google Finance A29. Weird. Well, let's just do this one. Yeah, that's correct. Right. So Google, I did it correct for, but the question is, how do you set it like you did? So I think if you do something like if you did, comma average or comma colon average, no, volume AVG. I don't know how you plug in the Google thing on for that. How do you do that? So maybe you just do like maybe this is A39. Let's try that.
Finance volume average.
There, I got it. It's working. Well, boom. So it's not exactly the same as the one that they were posting, but it's close enough, right? So SPY didn't work. That's odd. Why doesn't SPY work?
You managed to put the volume average automatically? I cannot find it.
What?
Did you manage to put it? Yeah?
I got the volume average.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
How do you do that? All together, volume average. SPI is not working. Why?
What?
SPI is not working.
I don't know why. Don't know why. IWM not working either. Anyways, let's just make sure all the ones that aren't working, we just do them manually. Yeah?
Okay, so
whatever we need to do. Obviously, we're going to need to redo Bitcoin. And Ethereum.
So SPI, the average volume is 80.96 millions.
Say when? What? The average volume?
80.96 for SPI. I want to put it manually. Let me do 80.96 here. So the US dollar will be the same, right? 80.96.
No, it's going to be the same as Tesla because Tesla is the top.
Because Tesla?
Yeah.
Is higher.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen anything go above SPY.
These are the monthly traded volumes of shares, right? It's monthly.
Yes.
Every month. Every volume. What else do we have? EWM. 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 Where is it? EWM. Can't find it. Oh, found it. 22.50. 22.50. All right, the average volume is updated. Bitcoin is still only $400, $400 million. Yeah. I mean, that's not in dollars. I mean, it's still low.
Did you fix IWM?
Yeah.
Did you do it manually?
Manually, yeah.
Okay, let's just make sure if it's manual that we like color it so that we know that it's manual. You know?
All right, so SPI and the dollars.
And then obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum have to be done manually. Cool. All right, great. Excellent. So we did all of the, I mean, I don't think this is everything. And now that we have it done automated, we can copy and paste this anywhere and we should be able to get it done very quickly because we can just like very quickly and easily just have as many as we want and it'll automatically sort them. You know, because you can see here NVDA, right, let's see here, NVDA. So dollar volume. All right, so for NVDA, it's odd.
What?
No, I just didn't. Oh, there it is. Now it's there. Okay. So for NVDA, okay, let's see. It's number like 4 or 5 on the list. I don't know why it's so. So, anyways, we could go ahead and add more. Like we could add, you know, Meta, TQQQ, SQQQ, AMD. You could go down a little further on the list to make sure they're all added. But basically, it's just for future reference to see if any of them go up. But overall, this is it. I mean, we're looking at once we organize this, we're basically looking at the top 5 or 6. And there's not a lot to do it. The next time this will go much faster because it's all automated now, you know?
Right.
Makes it that simpler.
Okay.
But we're going to be sorting this by estimated average. So anyways, while I check Bitcoin and Ether, you can add a few more if you want to, or if you want, I can show you how to do the Bitcoin and Ether. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Let's see that.
Okay. So we're going to use CoinMarketCap for the other one.
CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, and yeah, we're just going to look it up manually, I believe.
Yeah.
So coinmarketcap.com,
Mhm.
and then in case you're going to Bitcoin,
Yeah.
We're just ignoring, we just completely ignore US dollar tether, and you can actually click on volume in the last, actually, if you want to see the actual volume, you can actually do volume for 30 days. I think you can actually just add that directly in here. Volume for 30 days. Yeah, you can just apply it right in. So unfortunately, this is going to give you the volume for the entire, like, all exchanges. And the reason why the volume for all exchanges is not applicable is because like you can't go and exchange on a single you can't exchange on all exchanges simultaneously in that context. I mean, you technically can, but it's a very complicated process, and you have to use bots, and it's just like a whole process. It's insane. All we're really cared about is where somebody is like a normal person can go and exchange their Bitcoin. And the more volume there is, the cheaper, in essence, the rate of the exchange. You're going to lose less fees, you know, less money lost in the change of value. So we're going to click on Bitcoin. Right? You see how Bitcoin's number 2, so Tether is obviously number 1 by a long shot, and then number 2 is Bitcoin, and it looks like number 3 is actually Binance. So we'll look into that. But anyways, we're gonna go to Bitcoin. And then when we go to Bitcoin, we're gonna click on markets, and then all we care about is just a single market. It's very important that it's a single market because it's technically not possible to verify anything more than a single market, and but more importantly, you can only trade on any single market at any one time. Right? So the accumulation of all the markets together doesn't actually create a bigger volume when it comes to actually trading. So in this case, we're going to look at the biggest one. The biggest one in the spot is 7 billion. The biggest one, perpetual, which is always the largest, is 10.3 billion. Futures is nothing, right? So we're just looking at the 10.3 billion. I do believe there's a way to get I feel like there's a way to get a view of all of the monthly breakdowns for these. Yeah, they change everything, so it gets a little bit complicated. So we could try to look up how to do it on a monthly level. Anyways, the easy thing to do it manually is you actually click on the ticker. Oh, actually, you know what I think I usually do? Let me think. Maybe you don't use CoinMarketCap at all. It's possible that I actually, and then it's possible that I actually use just TradingView, you know, TradingView. TradingView as well, but I was hoping that we could use CoinMarketCap. So what we're looking for here is basically just the 30-day volume, just to kind of verify that the 10.3 billion is about correct. But you can see that 10.3 billion is you know, in the top 5, right? Top 10, right?
Yeah, I mean for the volume 30 days for Bitcoin here it says 840 billion.
Well, no, but
that's the average.
That's all exchanges. Yeah, that's
exactly.
Not. We don't want to do that. We want just for like where you can actually go trade, right? Because you can't magically trade on an 800. There's no such thing as an $800 billion Bitcoin exchange. It doesn't exist, right? It's only theoretical in terms of like adding up all of it. For normal everyday people, the only thing you'd be able to do is go to the biggest Bitcoin exchange in the world, which of course is on Binance, and then you would just trade your Bitcoin there, right? In terms of you could trade millions and millions of dollars without too much change in the overall value of Bitcoin, right? That's why it's powerful to have such a high volume. Whereas if you have a really low volume, if you want to change $1 million, it's going to completely collapse the value of whatever asset you're trying to sell.
Of course.
So anyway, this is not working. Let's try TradingView. So if we go to TradingView, where is it? TradingView. All right. So I can't remember if you have to log in. Do you remember if you have to log in for trading? I don't think so. Do you?
I think that some features were blocked if you were not logging.
Yeah, but we don't want features. Okay, so we want to do Bitcoin. Here we go. Bitcoin, US dollar, Tether, P, perpetual, and this can be Binance. Boom. There it is. And that. Okay, so what we want to look at here now, I like to look at the percentage just to kind of keep track of what's going on. So we're looking at an increase in almost, wow, 35% increase in Bitcoin value over the last little bit.
Yeah, it has come up finally. So
we're just going to go ahead and add in the volume. So we go in here, we're going to take it to its new pane below, and that's the volume. And we want to make sure it's on the day, and we want to do a 30-day volume. So it's going to be 30 days, and we're going to give it a nice line. Oh, perfect. All right, and then that gives us 533,000 Bitcoin, okay? So if we go back here, we say 533,000.
The average volume.
533,000. And the price is 533,000. And the price is 23,259. 23,259. 123,259. All right, cool. So that's 12 billion.
Okay.
Right. So if we were doing this correctly, it would be 0.5 million. So the average volume is in millions. So this would be divided by
1,000. Right?
100,000. Oops. No, that's not right. So we're gonna do, it's gonna be a million. Okay, so it's gonna be 0.53 million, right? And then that's gonna end up being 12.4 billion. So you can see how Bitcoin is just, it's in the top like 5, which is unbelievable, right? So then we're gonna check out Binance, and we're gonna check out Ether. Okay.
Okay. So let me see.
So before we do that, though, I do want to do a quick data formatting, because I do think it's important to make sure that we can. There we go. All right. So now we want to do Ether. So this and this, I mean, technically the price should be able to be automatic. So if I go equals to Google Finance, we would do Bitcoin US dollar.
Yeah, I think it was already automatically priced, no? Or no?
No, it wasn't automatic, because it should be $23,000, which was not.
Yeah. Correct.
So I know, but I know there's a way to do it. So if you do equal Google Finance, the US dollar Bitcoin. Oh yeah, you have to put it in parentheses. That's what I forgot.
And Tether, why are we not considering Tether?
Because Tether is just the same thing as US dollar, there's no difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so I fixed that one. It's now automatic. So the only thing not automatic is the Bitcoin volume itself. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, so did I answer your question that US dollars is US dollars? It doesn't matter if it's a virtual US dollar or if it's.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the Tether is US dollars. Yeah, it has the same value.
So the largest market in the world right now is obviously Tesla.
Tesla.
Right. In the way that you buy Tesla is with US dollars. So US dollars and Tesla, there's no larger accessible market that the public has access to. There are bigger markets for different currencies and gold and all these things that are behind locked, closed doors that only national banks get access to and all this stuff.
Yeah,
that's just doesn't care, because that's not applicable for normal everyday people. Everybody in the entire world basically can go buy Tesla stock on the New York Stock Exchange. That's simple. Okay, or NASDAQ. And they would do that with US dollars. That's how you buy Tesla stock. So this is the largest US dollar market right there. That we know. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah. Very cool.
So
incredible.
From there, and there are obviously larger US dollar bonds, but bond schmonz, right? Like we don't really care about that. Okay. For now. No, we don't care about it, but maybe we'll incorporate it in. So now we're going to go to Ether. And again, I could show you and verify that the largest Ether place is Binance Ether Perpetual, right? But I'm just going to skip that part because we already did it for Bitcoin. We know that Binance is the largest. There's nothing else that's bigger.
Yeah.
There's no reason to worry about it. So it looks to me like they're booting us. They're kicking us out here. So I just need to reset it. All right, so we're going to Ether. Oh my God, search market. Here we go. Ether, US dollar Tether Perpetual for Binance.
Okay.
No, they're still booting us. Booting us.
You need to sign in.
It's kind of annoying because I mean I do have a login. I just don't feel like getting the login right now.
Yeah.
I really want to get the login.
Yeah, I remember TradingView was difficult. TradingView.
One more time. No.
No, it's not working.
All right, so maybe I just need to log.
Me neither is not working.
I mean, it shouldn't be very complicated information to get. Let's just try to get it on Binance real quick because sometimes they'll give you the information. I don't know why it's not coming up here. So in this case, we're just going to
Binance.com, right?
Well, no, I have the link here. So right now it's on Bitcoin, and so we just want to switch it to Ether, US dollar tether. Yeah, come on. US dollar coin. They're getting a little bit too complicated here with all this stuff. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's definitely more complicated than it was before. Coin and perpetual. All right, anyways, the simple thing, let's just go back to what we did before. So in this case, we're just going to well, actually, let's do Binance first, since Binance was technically higher in volume. So Bitcoin was number 1. Number 2 was Binance. Right. So Binance. So we're gonna click on Binance.
That's Binance US dollar. That's like.
Oh, you're right. It is Binance US dollar. Yeah. So that doesn't count. So again, it's just the same as the dollar. Just there's no difference. So there's more. It's more US dollars. Which you know, US dollars are number 1. All right. So now we're going to Ethereum. So Ethereum is number 2. And then it looks like number 3 is ABT. I don't know what ABT is, but anyways, we're not going to worry about that because it's not going to be big enough to actually matter. So for Ethereum, the question is if Ethereum even makes it to the list. And that's
we need to check, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure there's like so many other places that you can get view of the market besides TradingView. So we just have to find somewhere that lets you see the actual trading, for free, and then because it's all public information anyways. And then once we do that, then it's like, it'll be really fast to get this updated. And eventually, you could even set it up so that it's automatic. All right, here we go. So again, we're going to go to the perpetual, and we can compare here. It's 744,000. No, 744 million for normal spot, and then for perpetual, it is 7.45 billion. So 7.55 billion obviously is really big. We want to verify that number.
Okay.
Whether or not that makes it to our list is going to be pretty close. Like you can see here.
Let me see.
But anyway, some of these are down to the 3s. You have 4s, 5s, 6s, 8s. So it's possible that Ether will make it, depending on how we want to cut it off. All right, so we're going to go to trading view. One day, waiting for my, so the question is whether or not this is going to work. All I'm getting is the spinning wheel of death. Oh, look, something's happening. No
screen.
data.
No data.
What does that mean? No data. It's weird. I don't like it. So that's unfortunate. So we'll call it. I don't know. What is an alternative to trading view? I feel like there's a lot of them, but
I don't know. Bloomberg maybe.
No, we'd want one that's crypto. But it's just stupid. All right. Anyways, let me try to get on my phone. Okay. Because I have trading view on my phone. I'll just do that real quick. Trading view. So it should be very simple to get this data point. It's annoying. All right. So Ether, US dollar, perpetual. Oh, God, please no. Perpetual. Oh, God, be kidding me. Where is it? Oh, no. Ether, US dollar. So weird. Not coming up on my phone. So weird. Anyways, let's just not worry about it for now and just go with the 10. We'll just estimate the 7.4 billion, which is not exactly what we were looking for, but whatever. So it'd be 7.4. This will make red because it's problem. But you can see how the 7.4 is actually pretty high. Like if that's what we worked with, it would be, in the top, bit here. So this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. It'd be number 10. So from here, we'd want to just double check on our levels.
Oh, yeah, I remember the levels. 17.
So we're basically done with that. Oh, you didn't add any additional ones. Oh, I thought you were going to add some additional ones. So we just wanted to add a few extras just since it's done automatically.
All assets.
So we were going to add Meta, TQQQ. Let's make sure they're in here. So do we have TQQQ, so we're adding Meta. Okay, you got it. Okay, Meta, TQQQ is already there. SQQQ,
okay.
AMD.
AMD.
I believe we already have IWM, but you can make sure.
Yeah, we do. IWM, we have.
HYG.
HYG.
LQD.
LQD.
IVV.
IVV.
And BIDU. I mean, I don't think any of these are going to matter.
VID.
BIDU. I think we already got Netflix.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Cool. All right, that's it. So anyways, we can just do those automatically, and they'll just see if there's anything else that's above Ether. So then we want to create our cutoff, which is based on the levels. So what brings us to here? Let's get the levels real quick.
Oh. So LQD and IVV.
8.
It didn't take them.
So if we had, it would go down to 4. So it'd be all the way to IWM if we want to add Ether. And this would be 2 up to 3, and this would be 3.
LQD, I can BIDU, I found it. BIDU. All right, IVV. All right, so the average is 4.27. 4.27. And the LQD. Where is LQD? LQD 25, 18.59. 18.59. Let's do manual. All right, I updated the list.
All right, cool. So our cutoff is either going to be at Amazon, right? There's nothing else here, right? This is all tiny stuff. So tiny potatoes. Meta looks like the biggest one. So Meta would actually be included if we cut off at 4. So this would be a 1. This would be 1. All right. So you can see here IWM is 4. So 4 is the cutoff, and then the second cutoff is 8. Okay, so we're either going to cut off on Amazon, which I think is fine. So if you do, if we do 16 seems like a lot. We don't need 16. But if Ether was going to be included, it would get cut off, right? Because it's right at 35.
Right.
So I don't know if we want to include Ether or not, but if we could just allow Ether to slip in. I mean, 7.4 is really close. Cool. So does that make sense or not in terms of like the breakdown?
Yeah, I understand. Mm-hmm. I mean, Ether, I agree. I mean, at least we have 2 cryptocurrencies.
But so I guess we technically could cut off like right at Ether if we wanted to. Or we could just allow all the rest of these in all the way down to IWM. But I feel like it's for the simple investment model, we want to try to have as few as possible, So I would say that maybe these are just all X. We just include Ether just for fun. And then that leaves us with 10. Exactly 10. 10's fine. So it's either going to be 9 or going to be 10. Right? Mm-hmm. So then once you do that, you add up the total. So this is all the same as before. So this is going to just be sum.
But I don't understand one thing, right? So these numbers here, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. They mean what? Because why is SP
to the level? So the first level is 4, then the second level is 8, and the next level is 16, and then you have 37, and then it goes up to 64.
Okay. Correct, but so Tesla here, there is a mistake. It's 4 as well.
Tesla is 4.
Yeah.
What's the mistake?
Yeah, Tesla, line 29, Tesla should be 4 here.
Line 29 is QQQ.
I see QQQ in 28. 29 Tesla.
Right, well, just try refreshing.
All right.
I can refresh as well. Because I sorted by average. So the top average is obviously Tesla.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it wasn't updating. All right, now I can see that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tesla's
no, I still see Tesla at 29, line 29. I don't understand.
Well, sort based on estimated average.
All right, you created the just for you. I couldn't view the filter. Right.
Weird.
For me, filter for because it asks if you want to filter just for me or filter for everyone.
Huh. Okay, well, make sure it's a filter for everybody.
Yeah. All right, so now okay, Tesla. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So do you understand now, or do you want me to go through it again?
No, I do understand how we do the levels. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. So then you do the percentages. So the percentage is going to be So Tesla is going to be 16%.
Now, this 24, I didn't understand. Sorry, I understood that the levels 1, 2, 3, 4, but this 24, what does it mean?
That's just the sum of all the levels.
It's always the same, right? Because you're going to use it to for the next formula, correct? Yeah.
If we did it correctly, we would do it like this, because those would be 1, this would be 2, and this would be 3, and then, oh no, what happened to ether? Oh, you didn't sort correctly, so it's a sort. There we go. So then ether is technically 0.5. Okay. So that would be the correct balance. So that puts it makes it really high. Tesla at 20%. I don't know. Let's go back to the old model. I like that better. So let's do 4, 4. I mean, this is a little bit arbitrary. You can kind of do whatever you want. So it's the same thing to do it like this, and 16% makes a lot.
But why 740 is, and now, yeah, 1, 2. Why 740? Why 740 is 1, and 810, 826 is 2, and 10.
Well, because 4 is the cutoff. So we could add IWM, AMD, TQQQ, Meta, and Meta, right? If we wanted to add all of those, we could. Because 4 is technically the cutoff. And it's technically, there's a couple duplicates. Like it says that Meta is actually duplicated here. So if we got rid of these duplicates, you're only cutting out 4. So you're cutting out Meta, TQQQ, AMD, and IWM. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't understand how you choose to go from 1 to 2. Why it's, I mean, the levels go from where to where? Why is that level 1 and the other one is level 2, but it's like only 0.5 higher? Like, for example, there is more difference between 15 and 8, but they're all level 2s, and 70.
The levels are here. I'll just do it like here. So you have level 1, right? At 1, you have 2, and then you've got 4, right? Then you would have 8, 16. No, actually it's 17, but 16, 17. Then you have 34, and then 68. I can just write the levels here, right? So you have 1, 2, 4, 8, 17, 34, 68. So Tesla and US dollar are in the between 34 and 68. That make sense?
Yeah, but what kind of sequence is this? How do you make these levels?
What do you mean? 1 into 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, but this
16.
It's 17. And then you have 17 to 34, 34 to 68. And the only reason it's slightly off between 17 and 8 is just because we're in the billions instead of the millions. We're so high up in the numbers, you know? But I just don't understand why it really matters. Like, what is the whole stick up? Like, why are we sitting here waiting? Like, what is it? The problem?
No, nothing. Can keep going. Yeah, it's okay. Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, you can choose whatever levels you want to, but the point is that there has to be a cutoff somewhere, right? You can't just endlessly go on forever. The only question is that do we want to include Meta, TQQQ, AMD, and IWM or not? Right. That's the only question. My understanding is that we decided not to. Okay.
Yeah, let's start with this, and then we see. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Keep it simple. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So the final calculation here. What?
Only the top ones.
1, 2, exactly. Yeah. So in this case, we're doing the top 10.
10.
And we're going to include ether just for fun. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then to add in the crypto, right? So crypto is going to be ether plus Bitcoin. That's going to equal 12%, and then stocks going to be everything else. Okay.
Yeah.
Be 87.5%.
Mm-hmm.
That's our breakdown. So that's a topic. I mean, that's the first calculation, the percentage of stocks to crypto. So we're going to have 12.5% of our total value in crypto, and we're going to have 87.5% in the stocks. If you got rid of Ether, you're looking at something around 10% Bitcoin, maybe 9% Bitcoin. That makes sense? So if you got rid of Ether, you would have 9% crypto and then
of course
91% stocks.
Yeah. All right, so we wanna build our portfolio like this, with this composition, right?
Kind of, but we're definitely in relationship to the overall simple investment model. This would be the breakdown. And the only reason why we do this is for one reason only, is that most likely for most people, if they want to include Bitcoin and Ether in their portfolio, it might be difficult to get Ether and Bitcoin at the same time as getting stocks. It really just depends on where they have their where they're trading and buying stocks, right? And so a lot of banks, a lot of brokerages don't allow you to trade with crypto, right? So it just really just depends on where you're trading. If you have a place where you're trading with crypto, then it's just like you're already done. You buy 8.33% Bitcoin, right? Or for the Ether, you buy 4.17% Ether, right? It's already done. In our case, we can't buy Ether and Bitcoin, so it's going to be separated. So there's 87%, which is going to be in the stocks because those are separate, a separate account. And then we have a totally separate place where we actually do the crypto, right? That we have two separate wallets, right? Two separate places. So that's why we break it out like that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So then from here, we can answer that question. Remember that question we had before is like, do we need to transfer crypto to stocks, right? That's the answer right there. The answer is if we have more than 12.5% crypto, the answer is yes, we should transfer crypto to stocks, depending on what percentage it is over. If it's like 13%, who cares, right? But if it's like 20% crypto, it's like, that's too much. We need to sell a bunch of crypto and put it back into the stocks to diversify, to re-stabilize. All right?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Makes sense. Yeah.
Coolio. All right, so I think we are done on that. Overall, this is going to answer a lot of the questions for doing all of our other stocks as well. Like, we'll go through all of that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the first calculation, right? Then we have the second and the third still.
Yeah. So we'll take a break. We'll see how far we can get with the second one, and then we'll be done. I don't think we're going to finish it right now, but we could at least get started.
All right, perfect. 5 minutes.